Have you ever wondered how this gets from France, or from Italy, or from Spain, South Africa, Australia, Chile, Argentina, and so on, how it gets from there to you? Let's appreciate that a little, shall we? In light of the event that we are about to put on 2 Tuesdays from now, September 21st, for the first 24 people to RSVP, we will be showing 11 wines from France. Let's consider all of the people involved in getting those wines to us, shall we? How did this get to my lucky mouth? Well, let's just go through the chain of production. You've got this person called a grower. We're going to get some help from some Halloween figurines here. So somebody over there in France is working very, very hard on our behalf. We may never even hear this person's name, know who they are, but we can only hope that they are working hard in the vineyard to create a great raw material, the natural original product called the grape. The grower. The grower works hand in hand with another person called a producer. So grower says, hey, I've been working very hard all year. Would you like to buy my grapes? Producer says, yes, I need some. I want to make some wine. And so they work together that way. Sometimes these are the same person, right? Grower, producer. And with all that control over the quality of the product, that can make for a better product, right? With total quality assurance. So grower and producer, once again, these folks are over in France. We may not ever hear their names. And even if we did, we might not even pronounce them properly. However, there's a particular American who speaks very, very good French, and he is an importer. So let's get Charles up here. This is Charles Neal. Grower, producer, meet Charles Neal, right? This is a guy who goes to France, boy, at least 6 times a year. He visits producers he's already met. That producer will take him out into the vineyards, get him inspired about these wonderful locations just by seeing the vines out there growing out of crazy different terroirs. Charles gets excited. Charles comes back to the winery with the producer and tastes wines and decides what he should bring over this year. This importer is such an important go-between for us. This finder of wine is responsible for things that we would never, ever hear of, much less taste otherwise. Charles Neal, everybody. Pleased to meet you. I gotta work on my ventriloquism, but now you can already appreciate 3 different levels of responsibility on behalf of you getting this. Well, Charles Neal is a name we would never have heard of without this person right here. This is our friend Tom Switzer. So, grower, producer, person who goes to France, finds good wine, brings it over. Tom Switzer works for Charles Neal as a wine vendor, as a wine representative, more locally. We get to see Charles maybe once a year, every December, but his appearances are rare because he's got his main job of locating, identifying really good wine in France and getting it over here. He's got a lot to do. Tom's job is to represent Charles's wines to us more frequently. We see Tom on the order of maybe once a month, have an appointment with him. Tom also shows us things from Italy and so on. But one of his main categories, and probably the one we're most interested in from Tom, is his portfolio full of the great imports of Charles Neal. Well, I just said we, right? Because we are, of course, an important part of this sequence of people. There I am. Of course, the best looking person here because we are show people, right? Well, I'm just basically running out of figurines. All of these people are vital. Well, of course, there's one more person. You, the receiver, our hero. You are all of these people's hero. Without you, we can't do what we do. We have no job. You, our hero, buy the wine. You like the wine, you buy it. So you are just as essential as the rest of these people. What do all of these people, and hopefully including you, have in common? What do they have in common? Maybe not you. We hope you. We hope, especially those of you who are coming up to the mezzanine 2 Tuesdays from now, you all have one thing in common, and that is, besides all the humanity involved, a value of location. Have you ever noticed that at least half, and probably more than half of the events that we do upstairs on the mezzanine involve location? We're always emphasizing that. We're taking you to Spain for 11 or 12 wines from there. We're going to do that with Italy. And then it's France, right? Grower, producer, importer, casual wine drinker even can be fascinated by where this bottle takes us. It really is a little journey we get to go on. So location, one more prop, is fascinating to us. So we're going to go to France, wherever that is on here, somewhere up there, boom, boom, and do that with 11 different sublocations of France in 2 weeks. Will we have the grower here? No. We're never going to meet that person. Will we have the producer? Unless you go over there to France and visit that winery, you'll probably never meet them. But could we possibly meet the importer? Charles Neal is not going to be able to attend in September. We get him in December every year for the Champagne event. So no importer either. What you have this time is Tom Switzer, the wine rep, and myself up in front of you, having a bit of a discussion with each other, tasting wine, showing some cool slides, and you are observing and hopefully interacting as well. We want to hear back from you. You tell us how much you like the Chablis we've just poured for you and told you about, and so on. So a lot of people, all with one particular, other than wine, priority or interest, and that is location. I've got a rock collection. I've been assembling it for a long time, and this would be one of them. This is from Gettysburg, Cemetery Hill, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So a rather sacred site, I'd say, and that visit was so important to me that I thought I would bring a little of it back with me. Most of my rocks, however, as you would expect, are from wine places. Whenever I taste wine, and I think the geology itself is having a say in that wine, the place, the location, I try to bring back a little bit of it. Look at this. What does that look like? No, I didn't bring back cocaine in my suitcase. This is pure chalk. Where's it from? Here. Champagne, France. Isn't it cool that we can imagine a location and even have it tangibly in our hand, observe it, and understand what it might be doing to the wine inside this bottle? This says a lot in here. It really, really does. Check this out. We played hopscotch in Champagne when we visited once. Look, you can do this. It's chalk. It's real life chalk. I pulled this out of an embankment in Champagne itself. I like this stuff. How about tasting this at the Charles Neal event? I know we'll have a champagne. I'm not sure if it's going to be the Flamand Jamel, but this is a good one that Charles brings over. He found it for us. Finally, how about this? This is so cool. This is how much the French producer and grower appreciates location. The biggest name on this isn't even the winery's name, it's the name of the location. Morgon. Morgon is a sub-region, a cru of Beaujolais, France. I believe we're going to be tasting this actual wine out of big, beautiful Pinot Noir glasses, and we'll be talking about why it tastes like it does. A big part of that is, of course, the grower, the producer, all the hard work they put in, but both of those people were trying very, very, very hard to invoke the soul of the location. Check that out. That's a rock I got from Morgon a long time ago. Let me get a little wet. Yes, I lick rocks. Look at that. Look at how red that is. This is granite with a lot of iron in it, hence the red color. And if you know that this wine grows in such a rock, you can You can find that in this wine. You're not making it up either, but it helps to know. That's why Tom and I will sit in front of you, stand in front of you, whatever we do, and taste wine, talk about it, talk to each other, interact with you, and tell you about 11 great French wines on September 21st for the first 24 who RSVP. I hope you appreciate all the work that goes into getting those wines from France all the way to you, all the people involved, including a thing that's not a people, it's a place, it's location. Let's celebrate that on Tuesday, the 21st. If this thing sells up really fast, then we will announce that we're going to redo that event the very next night. Tom's willing to come back and do it with us again. So let's have great wines found by a great importer, grown by great producers, made by great producers, grown by great growers, and shown at a nice wine shop, The Wine Steward. So thank you. See you soon. Sign up for that event on thewinesteward.com. And Tom and I look forward to enjoying this with you. Au revoir.